along with me today as I introduce our spring group Riviera River Cruise along the Rhône. This enchanting French adventure includes wine, gorgeous countryside, Roman ruins, and historical architecture and more. Allons-y, let's go! Welcome back. I'm super excited today to be talking to you about the upcoming Burgundy, the River Rhône, and Provence Spring River Cruise. It'll be May 4th through the 11th, 2023. This region of France is breathtaking, and every day we will see unbelievable, gorgeous views along the Saône and the River Rhône. It was a preferred trade route for the Romans, and you will be amazed at the castles you see along the side, the historical architecture, along with so much natural beauty. Spring is the best time to travel the French European river cruises. This river cruise includes 7 nights on board in your choice of luxury cabin or suite with river views, and 7 visits and tours including Lyon, Arles, Avignon, and Vienne, a wine tasting in Beaune, the Pope's Palace, and the Pont de Garde. All meals on board are included, including your dinner on your day of arrival, captain's dinner, and breakfast on your day of departure. 5-star service from Riviera River Cruise Lines. You're going to love this cruise lines. It also includes complimentary onboard tea and coffee, Wi-Fi, as well as a Riviera River Cruise concierge to help as well. The drink package is extra. It's $179 per person, but that is for the entire time on your cruise. And a full bar list, I'll put that in the video descriptions below. You can see that there. So let's begin with the itinerary. We're going to start off in Lyon, one of my favorite cities. I have visited Lyon so much. We were so close when I lived there in Germany that I cannot wait to go back. It is considered, this part of Burgundy, as the gastronomic capital of France. Yes, it's very diverse. If you've ever heard of beef bourguignon, this is a wonderful dish, and it was made famous by Julia Childs, but the recipe I got from my French friends there actually rival hers. You can just ask my family and friends. For those of you who travel with us, I'm going to share that recipe with you too. In Lyon, there are 20 Michelin-starred restaurants in town. This is considered the culinary gem of France. Our cruise is actually docked in the Old Town district of Lyon, and this is really, really pretty. We'll also have a chance to meet our small group that's going to be traveling with us on board, and then take a look around the city. On our second day, we'll enjoy a tour, a city that was founded in 45 BC and still has magnificent Renaissance architecture, including domes and churches that are incredibly perched with views of the entire city and the river. The Old Town is considered a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is crammed with antique shops and secret traboulet, secret passageways. I probably said that wrong. My French isn't great. These narrow covered alleys were great for the merchants because they could transport their silks covered without getting wet. Pretty cool, huh? After Lyon, we will make our way to the Beaujolais Hills. As we approach one of the world's most renowned red wine regions, we will also see the picturesque Morgan, Fleury, Julian, Chenaz. I know I'm just killing this, sorry. I'll do better after we visit. We'll also catch a glimpse of the snow-capped Mont Blanc. As the afternoon drifts into evening, we'll cruise past Macon, and their white wine vineyard. This is where you can enjoy a nice, cool, crisp glass of white wine on board on the deck while we're passing by these absolutely breathtaking views. On day 3, we'll be heading north to the towns of Chalon and Beaune. Chalon is considered to be the gateway of Burgundy. If you would like to know more, you can join in the morning city tour. You'll experience some enchanting small French villages that produce some of the world's most sublime wines. Nearby in medieval Beaune, it is considered Burgundy's wine capital, which is wonderful to travel around. Gothic architecture, colorful glazed rooftops, and they have these geometric patterns that are a wonderful opportunity for taking photographs. The shopping is pretty great too in Beaune. I absolutely love the markets here. I had so much fun when I took a group here back in 2018. Overnight, we will sail to Vienne, where we'll wake and have a wonderful guided tour. In Vienne, you'll also see some Roman gems like the Roman Temple of Augustus in Livia. Vienne is also among one of France's richest towns of Roman and medieval buildings. Several ancient aqueducts and traces of Roman roads can still be seen today. The early Romanesque church of St. Peter belonged to an ancient Benedictine abbey and was rebuilt in the 9th century. It is one of France's oldest Christian buildings, dating from the 5th century, laid out in the form of a basilica. As we make our way back to the ship for another superb lunch, we'll enter perhaps the most picturesque section of the Rhône, with wooded cliffs that rise on both sides. Later, we moor in the pretty provincial town of Tournon with its imposing castles and tree-lined avenues on one side of the river. While on the other side of the river, you'll see steep, vine-covered hillsides of Hermitage, where another of the world's most revered wines is produced, as we enjoy a magnificent regional dinner on board. On day 5, we will cruise effortlessly downstream and catch glimpses of the Alps as we approach Valence. The houses have sloping terracotta roofs typical of the Mediterranean, and the air carries a heady aroma of pine and cypress. Relax on board, reading or lounging or just chilling out to admire all the natural beauty. One of the best highlights of the cruise is the Ardéche Gorge. This amazing Mother Nature feature along the river is just amazing to see. The limestone cliffs and rock formations that plunge into the river's waters, this huge natural arch, the Pont d'Arc. As we've said before, the cruise itself is an unforgettable tour with sights along the river that are unlike any other cruise in Europe. On day 6, we arrive in Provence with deep blue skies, magenta fields, and green valleys. Arles was a key stronghold for the Roman Empire as well. Arles was also a port on the Roman road to Spain and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site as well. Seagoing ships could reach here, and the city became a regional capital. The guided tour of Arles will include the magnificent Roman ruins and remains of the amphitheater, one of the best preserved in all the world. Arles was also where Van Gogh lived for just over a year. Some of the most prolific works of art were inspired by Arles from the light and beauty of the provincial countryside. From Arles, he produced more than 300 works, including the Night Cafe, the Sour, and Sunflowers. As we set sail to Avignon and our last day of this unforgettable cruise, we still have so much to see and do. From the boat, we will catch the red roofs of Avignon's majestic skyline after we embark on a guided tour of one of the most extraordinary and intriguing cities in France. Avignon's destiny changed during the 14th century when the Pope court moved here to avoid strife in Rome. Because there was a century of prosperity, the pontiff commissioned a host of ambitious building projects, including today what you can see as the Pope's Palace. The Renaissance-style buildings can be seen all throughout town. When this was built, it was considered that this was Avignon's golden age, and it truly felt like the center of Christendom. You're also going to be able to enjoy some free time in Avignon as well, and so you might want to explore the streets or maybe the river's edge. This region of Provence is breathtaking. I absolutely love it. It is so beautiful. The fragrant spring is going to knock your socks off. There's so much natural beauty and it's unforgettable. We can help you plan an adventure before or after this cruise to extend your stay in Europe. Just let me know. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. The River Rhône and Provence cruise is May 4th through the 11th. Cabins begin at $30.59 per person with double occupancy. All meals on board are included. If you want to take a packed lunch during one of the excursion days, they'll pack a lunch for you as well. If you'd like to take a bicycle out and explore one of the towns instead of joining a tour, you can do that as well. If you're interested in this river cruise or any of the other adventures we have going on in 22 and 23, please email me at wendy@travelwithwendy.net. Thanks so much for joining me here. I hope you can join us on this YOLO, you only live once adventure in France. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. Au revoir.